Aileen Wuornos is often called America's first modern female serial killer. Although there had been female killers before her, Aileen's method of murder and the shocking nature of her case made her infamous around the world. A Hollywood movie was even made about her life, Monster. Aileen Wuornos was born in 1956 in Michigan. Her father was a convicted child molester, and her mother abandoned her when she was still a child. She was raised by her grandparents, but according to reports, she suffered physical and sexual abuse throughout her childhood. At just 14 or 15 years old, Aileen left home. To survive, she turned to sex work and petty crimes. Between 1989 and 1990, the bodies of several men began appearing along the highways of Florida. Police had no idea who was behind the killings, but eventually, investigators discovered that the murderer was a woman, Aileen Wuornos. Aileen would approach men on highways and accept rides from them. She would then rob them and shoot them with a handgun. Aileen later claimed that the men had tried to assault or harm her and that she killed them in self-defense. However, during the investigation, her statements changed multiple times. Aileen Wuornos was responsible for the murders of 7 men, although only 6 bodies were recovered. In 1991, she was arrested at the Last Resort Bar. During the trial, Aileen repeatedly claimed that she had killed only to protect herself. But later, she also admitted that she wanted to rob and kill the men. Eventually, she was sentenced to death for 6 murders, and on October 9, 2002, Aileen Wuornos was executed by lethal injection. Elizabeth Báthory, also known as the Blood Countess, is considered one of the most notorious female serial killers in history. Between 1585 and 1610, she was accused of torturing and murdering numerous young girls. At first, Elizabeth would invite girls from poor families to her castle, under the promise of teaching them household work and royal manners, but according to reports, many of those girls never returned. It is said that she brutally beat her victims, starved them for days, and during freezing winters forced them to stand naked outside while cold water was poured over them. One of the most horrifying legends about Elizabeth Báthory claims that she bathed in the blood of young girls to preserve her youth. Even hearing that today sounds terrifying. However, many modern historians believe this story may have been exaggerated later to make her crimes seem even more monstrous. Elizabeth's power and noble status protected her for years. As long as the victims came from poor families, very few people dared to question her. But everything changed when girls from wealthy and noble families also began disappearing. That was when Matthias II ordered an investigation. The king sent Elizabeth's own cousin, György Thurzo, to investigate the accusations. During the investigation, one witness claimed that Elizabeth Báthory had murdered more than 650 girls. Her servants and accomplices were executed, but because of Elizabeth's noble blood, she herself was never sentenced to death. Instead, she was imprisoned inside her own castle. According to reports, she was sealed inside a small room where the windows and doors were blocked off, leaving only a tiny opening for food and water. Belle Gunness, also known as Hell's Belle, is considered one of the most dangerous and mysterious female serial killers in American history. Her story is filled with greed, death, and a chilling ending that remains a mystery even today. Belle Gunness was born in 1859 in Norway, before eventually immigrating to the United States. Money insurance payouts appeared to be her main motive. She was married twice, and both of her husbands died under suspicious circumstances, deaths that resulted in large insurance payments going directly to her. Even some of her own children reportedly died from what was called acute colitis, and Belle collected insurance money from those deaths as well. After the death of her second husband, Belle purchased a farm in Indiana. From there, she created a deadly trap. Belle began placing newspaper advertisements claiming that she was a wealthy widow searching for a companion who could also invest in her farm and future business. Many men responded to the ads and traveled to her farm, but according to investigators, once those men arrived, they were never seen again. Belle reportedly instructed the men to bring all of their cash, savings, and property with them before visiting. Then, in 1908, a sudden fire destroyed Belle Gunness' farmhouse. When police searched through the burned ruins, they discovered something horrifying that shocked the entire country. Buried beneath the kitchen floor and scattered across different parts of the farm were human bones and dismembered body parts belonging to an estimated 11 to possibly 40 victims.